2 beams crossed in front of them. A bang came from the rear of the overship, and the wrecks shook. On the diagnostic, the rear of the craft started blinking red. "If they get the engine," said Diva, "we're finished." "I think that's the point," said Sam. Sam grabbed the control stick and yanked it all the way to the left. The ship whirled wildly, the view spinning between Jupiter and lines of stars. "Is this a strategy?" asked Diva. White beams flashed on either side of the windshield. Another beam found its mark with a loud crunch. The ship jolted hard, and Sam's body popped up against the harness. The view of space was sent spinning in the opposite direction. The jolt would have thrown Sam from the bucket seat if not for the harness. The top side of the wrecks was now blinking red in the diagnostic, then half of it turned black as it disintegrated. "Divine mercy," said Diva. Sam pointed the control stick directly at Jupiter. "No," said Diva. Sam leaned her body to push the control stick forward. Jupiter filled the windshield, and a moment later, the smooth swirls of the gas giant had transformed into torrential winds of crystalline ammonia in the near distance. "We'll be ripped apart," said Diva. The first layer of Jupiter's atmosphere hit the wrecks like a wall. The ship shuddered, and frozen ammonia ice spidered across the windshield. The view showed a spinning, incomprehensible blur. "Oh my God," said Diva. "We're going to die." "I'm going to die," said Sam. "You have backup." The ship shook in violent spasms, and soon Sam couldn't see from the shaking. She felt a wave of nausea from her stomach and throat. Sam clenched her jaw to keep from biting her tongue or chipping her teeth. It felt like her head would be snapped from her body, so she pulled her neck as close to her shoulders as possible. Warning lights flashed around the room as a klaxon began to sound. "Multiple breaches," said an automated voice. A new cracking sound split the air around them. "We are losing the Pinkosaurus," said Diva. On the windshield, various parts of the ship diagram blinked red, then turned black as the ship was ripped off. A smell like burning plastic filled the room. Sam was lightheaded. It felt like she was flying away from a helium-filled body. Adrenaline and endorphins, she thought, like when an animal is trapped in the jaws of a predator. One of divine love's gifts to mortal beings, trapped in the circle of life and death. There was a terrible splintering sound. "Losing atmospheric containment," came the automated voice. "Methane, ammonia." The other 2 ships had stopped firing at least. Waves of heat filled the room, along with a toxic chemical smell. Her nose and throat burned, and she began coughing. Her nose ran, and tears welled up in her eyes and poured down her cheeks in hot rivers. This had all happened so fast. She had expected to live many more years. "I love you," said Diva, sounding far away. Sam's eyes were burning too much to keep them open. Blind, she released the 5-point harness. "Secure belt, now," came the automated voice. Sam fell to the ground, losing the control stick. She groped around in front of her until she found it again. Violently coughing, she hoisted herself up and pulled back on it with both hands, using her entire body. She screamed, but it sounded like someone else, far away. The ship, or what was left of it, spasmed. Through blurry tears, she could see black smoke filling the cabin. Sam kept pulling back on the control stick. Wiping away tears, she could see the view on the windshield turning until stars were visible beyond the toxic storms. The Citron arched up slowly. "Turbo!" yelled Sam hoarsely. "Give it everything!" "There's no turbo," said Diva. "This is just a car now." Sam yanked back and forth on the stick to try and shake the Citron loose. With a shuddering groan, the Citron spasmed one final time, and the view on the windshield spun as they were released from Jupiter's grip. In the viewer, Sam could just make out the shattered fragments of the Pinkosaurus spinning down into Jupiter's atmospheric storms, and behind it, the 2 icosahedrons, looking helpless as they were sucked down.